Hello, welcome to Topsy's Tatting. My name's Vicki and today I want to show you how to make the double stitch in needle tatting. Tatting is a heritage craft and it would be great to see more people taking it up and getting involved. So today I've got some Aran yarn. This one is the Yarnsmiths Freespirit. Comes in various different colours. I love the way that it works up into motifs. This is a version, a different colourway made up, and I've popped a pin on it so I can wear it as a brooch. So let me show you how to create the double stitch. This is a Handy Hands 1.0 yarn needle, suitable for the Aran yarn. So let's thread our needle. You don't have to use a yarn needle and yarn. You can of course use thread and the thread needles. Just bear in mind when you're needle tatting, the size of the needle will correspond to the size of the thread. So threaded my needle, I've left myself a little tail, and I've got my needle in my right hand, and I'm holding the thread, the other end, the ball thread, in my left hand. So I'm going to use my left hand to create the stitches to put onto the needle in my right hand. And the first half of the double stitch, I use my thumb, and I take my thumb and I push down on the thread between my hands, and I scoop that thumb back towards me to catch the thread into a loop on my thumb. I then use my needle to pick up the thread, and I go from the base of my thumb towards the tip of my thumb and drop that stitch onto the needle, and then I use my index finger of my right hand just to hold on to that stitch. So that's the first half of the double stitch. The second half, I use my index finger of my left hand and I drop down onto the inside of the yarn, and I push my finger away, so I'm pointing away from myself. You can then turn your hand so your palm is now facing up, and you can point your finger back towards yourself. That gives you your loop on your finger, and you go from your knuckle towards the tip and pick up that stitch. Drop that onto your needle and pull it tight next to the other stitch. That creates the double stitch. So if I just pull that apart slightly, what we can see is we have the two legs, so that's the first half, that's the second half, and it creates this little cap. So when we pull that tight, we've got the two legs on the needle and the little cap, and that is what creates our double stitch. So let's go ahead and make some more double stitches, starting with the first half. So we take our thumb and we push down and scoop that yarn and thumb towards ourselves and then into the thumbs up position, and then we take our needle from the base of our thumb to the tip of our thumb and we drop that stitch off and pull that tight. Again, using our index finger of our right hand to hold those stitches, we go into the second half, which is using our index finger to push away, turn our hand towards us, so we're palm up, point your finger back towards you, and then from knuckle to fingertip, you can slide that stitch off onto your needle. So that gives us two double stitches. And again, first half with our thumb down and scoop, bringing that thumb towards us to create a loop on our thumb, and then we go from the bottom of our thumb to the tip of our thumb and drop that stitch onto the needle, and with our index finger we drop down on the inside of the yarn, point away from ourselves, turn our hand towards us and point back towards ourselves, and then knuckle to fingertip and drop that stitch onto your needle and pull it tight. Once you've mastered the movement and the flow of the stitches, I'm sure you will find a way that is much more comfortable for you, and you will get into a beautiful rhythm of creating those first halves and second halves to create that double stitch. Now obviously I'm over exaggerating to try and make it really obvious to you how to create those stitches. But as you get more proficient and you practice, you will get into a rhythm and you will be able to make those double stitches extremely quickly without even thinking about it. I am just going to do one more really slow double stitch for you. So let's take our thumb and we push down and bring our thumb back towards us, and then take our needle from the bottom of our thumb towards the tip to pick up that stitch, pull it tight, and then using our index finger we push away, turn our palm, point back and bring that needle up towards your fingertip and drop that down. Please leave a comment if this has helped. If you have any questions, I will do my best to come back to you and answer them. It might inspire another video, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for joining me.